In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a little teepee structure for a cucamelon. And what that is something that I'll talk to you about in a minute anyway. Hi, I'm Robin. Welcome to Robin's Container Garden. This is a cucamelon. It grows like a cucumber. It's on a vine. And it needs to climb, and it produces these really cute little fruits. They're like miniature, they look like miniature watermelons, but they taste like a cross between, for me, a cross between like a lemon and a cucumber. They're actually really cool. They're very small, about the size of a grape, but they're really cool, so I'm hoping that I can grow some. So what I've done is I have erected this very crude structure, little teepee, and you'll notice that these two bits are not as tall as this bit is, and there's a reason behind that, because I don't know how tall this thing is going to climb. I'm pretty sure they can get quite big, so I thought I'll leave this one to let it climb up and see what happens. But I'm going to give it a start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant it in here closer to this longer stem, so when it does grow up it'll train up here, I hope. And then I'm going to also put some basil down in here with it, because the vine itself will grow up. It's not going to be growing out so much. There'll be room in there for some basil, and I'm going to put this long bit up against the back of the house, and I'm going to put that back here for now. That may not be where it ends up living, but that's where we're going to put it to begin with. So what I thought I'd do is show you a little bit of how to set up a little trellis using some twine. Okay, I've zoomed in a little bit so you'll be able to see a little bit better. So what I'm going to do with the twine is that I'm going to probably going to start at the bottom. And these are peasticks or hazel branches, and they've got little bumps on them. So I'm going to start my tie around the bottom underneath one of these little bumps. And the reason I'm doing that is so if it does slide for whatever reason, that it will slide just up to that bump, and then it won't slide anymore. Now, our birds have a really bad tendency around here of untying these twine things. So you see there's not any little bits hanging off, because they'll pull on that until they get it untied. So I always take the little end bits off. They're very clever birds, these. So what we'll do is we'll start it, and we'll go around and wind it. There. And now I'll just finish that up. What I might do is I might come out with a little little stick or something to kind of tighten that up a little bit. Could actually maybe pull it up a little bit. Okay, well, that'll do for now. Now I tried to keep those little lines as straight as I could, just because it looks nicer. It's gonna be fun. We'll try to put that in here. Rubbish out of there. Now then, just gotta make the hole deep enough. Yeah, it's gonna work. I can get that in there. That's no problem. Now we'll be very careful and turn this little baby upside down to get it out. Oh, nice root system. Now let's get this in here without breaking anything. Hot diggity. By Jove. I think we might just do it. Oh, maybe not, because that stick. Ah, we've got it. Okay, now I'm going to fill it in. Backfill it. And firm it in. Now what I'll do is I will take some of these tendrils and try to get them wrapped around the here, and see how we go as far as hoping that it continues to climb up this one side. And hopefully we'll be able to train it as it's climbing. I'll be able to train it up that side. So what I might do is I might take a little bit of twine, just a little short bit of twine here, just to get it onto that stick a little bit more solid. He's loose, but I don't want him to lean too much over this way. So I'm not tying it tight, I'm just giving him a little bit of support so he stays onto that string. And I'll probably get another piece and loosely tie that here, just very loosely, because I don't want to impede the growth of this vine at all. It's just very loose, just to give it a little bit of a traction onto that. So there's plenty of play there if that vine gets any bigger. I will cut those back a little bit. So there's that planted. So that's the cucamelon in. The next thing I'm going to put in is the basil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put basil. I am going to put the basil on the outside. I'm going to put one side basil is going to be my regular lemon basil, and then the other side is going to be the dark opal basil. So the lemon basil is green, and I'm just going to plant this whole thing right here. I'm not even going to try to separate the plants. I'm just going to let it bunch and do its thing. There we go. And backfill that and firm that in without, hopefully without snapping any stems. There. The dark opal basil I'll put on this side. Same thing. Carefully. I need to dig a hole first, don't I? It's another good thing about using these fabric containers, because they have a lot of give to them. Yep, there we go. Backfill you. Oh, you're gorgeous, aren't you? So pretty. Now then. Now I'll get the watering can and I'll water those in really good. I'll double check to make sure we're all underground and we don't have any exposed roots or anything. and then I'll take a picture and let you see a bit more closely what I've done here. Here's a close-up of the lemon basil and the little cucamelon plant that's crawling up, and then also my dark opal basil. So that's what it looks like close in, and there's that nice little rustic leaning tower of teepee. Okay, so that is the cucamelon and a little very crude, very rustic looking teepee with some nice string, little twine that's wrapped around it. And I've also got my basil planted in there as well, so I'm hoping that everything goes well around here. And if it's not getting enough sun or whatever, then I can always move it around the side or the back, around the front of the back. This is the side. Anyway, I can always move that to accommodate it better. You saw how easy it was for me just to lift it up with the handles and move it back in its place. So that is where I'm hoping that it's going to live, and we'll just keep an eye on it, and as we go through the season, we'll just kind of keep an eye on it and see what happens. I know it's July, so early July, so we still have plenty of the long nights left. We get a lot of sun around here in the evening times. It's just starting to creep in. The sun will continue to creep this way. The sun at the moment is up here. I don't know what time it is. It's probably around 3:30 or something in the afternoon. The sun is just above me to my left. It'll continue to come over this way, and that will bring a lot of sunlight over here. So we'll get a lot of sun this afternoon. You can already see that the courgette is in a really good place for sun, and the lettuce is growing like mad, so it's getting plenty of light. And we're just gonna kind of see how planting stuff around here goes, and just kind of take it day by day. Once the cucamelon gets up to about here, I'm not going to try to increase the height of its of where it's growing on its trellis or its teepee. What I'll do at that point is I'll snip off the growing tip, and hopefully any kind of flowering or any kind of fruiting that's going on down here will have the energy and the time to go ahead and grow and ripen. And I learned, when was it? Just last week, I think. I learned that the flowers of the cucamelon are also edible, so you can put those in salads and things. So anyway, this is what we're doing for this week's video, and that's all I've got time for you today. But until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye, y'all.